March 26th, 2023. And we are back for chapter 2 of my Ficus Benjamina Variegated from air layer. This tree has gone through quite the transition in the last year. It came from the mother tree where we air layered it off and then trimmed it back down to just barely 2 or 3 leaves per branch, and then let it grow back out. And we air layered out the center trunk here to make this the primary trunk going forward. And now I'm real curious to see what's going on down there in those roots. So we're going to tear into this thing here, get it repotted up, check out the roots, make sure that they are developing the way we want them to develop, and probably just put it back in the same pot because I'm still really interested in making sure this tree's got plenty of vigor, so I want to give it plenty of space to grow. All right, so let's get this thing moving. Got her all raked out, and as you can see, it's not a bad looking root plane. Pretty tight to the bottom down here. No real thick roots coming out of that or anything, so I'm pretty impressed. There's the pot that it's been growing in, so you know, lots of air coming to there. And with that drainage layer down there, no roots really wrapping around itself or anything like that. Everything growing to a nice little tight little root ball there, so I'm pretty impressed anyways. All right. Okay, I didn't have to do a whole lot of trimming on this for the root plane here. I did get some of those higher roots off that were coming out the top way up here. Got rid of those roots. Then a few roots that were actually kind of growing upwards and over, I took care of some of them. Right there, you can see we kind of got a bald spot here now, but otherwise pretty flat root plane. Not looking too bad. All right, let's get this thing potted up. All right. I said I was pretty impressed with those roots. I got it at a bit of an angle now. It's leaning back that direction on the main trunk. And then it swoops back out. I don't know. All right. Be back when I got more to show you. June 7th, 2023. Benjamina Variegated from an air layer. Looking pretty strong. I'm holding this branch out of the way kind of so you can see where my proposed front is. Sacrifice branch is kind of ruining it though. Tree's looking pretty good. I did not put it back in the grow tent. Figure last year it grew pretty well in this window, so I'm gonna bring it back and see if it still does well this year. One of those, if it ain't broke, don't fix it type of things. All right, folks, back when I got more to show you. July 20th, 2023. Variegated Ficus Benjamina is looking pretty awesome. Blue clear skies today, but this is a rare occurrence. We don't get this very often this summer. Tree is not quite as vigorous as that was last summer, but that's probably because of the lack of sun. So otherwise everything's looking pretty darn good and healthy. Back when I got more to show you. September 13th, 2023. And Variegated Ficus Benjamina from air layer still going strong this summer. Looking pretty healthy and strong. Back when I got more to show you. October 12th, 2023. Back when I got more to show you. December 19th, 2023. Variegated Ficus Benjamina is looking pretty strong still. Had to bring her back home. Anyway, she's back home under the grow lights, so I never did get a winter prune on her, even though winter solstice is just a couple days away. I think I'd like to get her cut back down so that we can let her grow back out again come springtime. Back in just a minute. And there we have her, all trimmed back down. Took the tops off up here and up there, kind of bring her back down a little bit. Trying to tame the beast. I feel like I should go harder, but I don't really have anything back button lower that I want to get to. All right, folks, back when I got more to show you. January 15th, 2024. Back when I got more to show you. It is July 3rd, 2023. I don't know when the last update I did on my variegated Ficus Benjamina, but she's looking pretty good. She's been growing in the office all winter. Had some pretty good southern exposure, but I really wasn't fertilizing it this year. We're getting ready to change around offices again, so I brought her home for the summer. Gonna see if I can get her outside, get her some real sunshine, and first I need to do a little bit of a trim back, so hold on a second. Be right back with you. There we have her, trimmed back down to size. I left a bit up there on top. Didn't really give her too hard of a prune back, but I'm gonna let her go for the summer here and see what she does. All right, folks, back when I got more to show you. It is October 14th, 2024. I'm really happy how she's been growing. I mean, this looked ridiculous when we first got started. So you can get that angle. This all looked pretty ridiculous when I first got started, but Nigel was right when he said these things straighten themselves out a little bit, so this one absolutely did. I think I might need to change the planting angle just a little bit more towards that side. Might look a little better, I don't know. But regardless, she is full on top, and I need to get some of that trim back, so let's do some chopping. And there we have her, all trimmed back up. I'm thinking somewhere in here is gonna be the front. I'm probably gonna have to get rid of this branch right here. I was really hoping it would grow that direction. Got that little twig out there for that, but we'll see what happens. A lot of work to still be done, but this is just a trim back to get her back in check and see if we can get some back budding on her again and get her in the grow tent for some new growth. I still got to do the repotting, so let's get to that. All right, got the roots kind of cleaned up and raked out, and had to enlist the Yeti here to help me hold this tree up because she did grow a couple potatoes. So this root here could probably be trimmed back pretty big. Hopefully it'll bifurcate and look a little nicer after I cut it back. Right here is one potato. So that's gonna have to disappear. That thing is thick too. Hopefully I got all the rocks out from around it. That's gonna bust up my clippers. And then on the bottom down here, there we go. I got this other big old tater that grew in. Have to get rid of that one too, and that'll help me definitely keep the flat root plane down there. It's crazy how that would grow. A lot more roots in here, but as I raked them out, a lot of them disappeared, so got it down just to some minimums, and now we're gonna cut back on that. All right, just a minute. And she's pruned back down. Got some decent roots on this side. Nice and radial, got them kind of raked out a bit. But yeah, that big big bulb right there did not help me out too much. And this root right here, I'm gonna see if I can crank that one over when I get it potted to see if I can help make that a little more radial. Couple here that hopefully will grow into something. Big chunks missing there. And then back to the decent side again. Unfortunately, most of that's on the side that I want to be my front. Oh wait, no it's not. I want this to be my front. So, I guess it's fortunate that they're all on this side. All right, we'll get her potted back up and get her going again for the next growing season. And there we have her potted back up. Got some rocks on the surface there, one to kind of hold the tree in, and two to break up the water when I water it. And they hold some humidity in the pot too, so. I like getting these flatter, smooth ones just because they're easy for me to find. They're just down by the river. And they seem to do a good job of giving me a place to break up the water when I water it with the watering can, and also have some weight to them to hold the tree in. All right, she's not beautiful, but we're getting there. Back when I got more to show you. It is November of 2024, and the Ficus Benjamina Variegated from Air Layer is looking pretty fantastic. Back when I got more to show you. Air layer of a Ficus Benjamina Variegated is looking pretty dang strong. She has been responding well to all the cutbacks and whatnot. The top could use a bit of a haircut just because she's getting kind of bushy, and I want some of the growing tips to be cut back and let her concentrate on some of the inside branches. So we'll do that up real quick here. All right, we got her pruned back down. A lot of growth on the top there that I was able to cut back, as well as a lot of the little base leaves, you know, the ones that have already done their job and aren't necessary anymore, so I cut them out so we can get a lot more light in there. Also found a little bit of a critter problem, so I'm going to go ahead and take care of that while we're still in the start of it and see if I can knock them out before they become an actual nuisance. Back when I got more to show you. January 2025. Happy New Year. She's looking pretty strong and healthy, growing in the grow tent, no problems. We are back to about 8, maybe 8.5 hours. I forget where we're at right now. It's the middle of the month. I'm not sure if I turned it up yet or not. She's looking pretty good. She'd be pretty happy. Back when we got more to show you. It is mid-February 2025. Still don't necessarily know that I know the exact front of this tree. But she's looking pretty good. The canopy is growing nice and thick. And I think I'm going to thin it out just a little bit right now. She's growing really well. Midwinter here, it'll be several months before we really get her outside again. So I think I'm going to come up here and just thin out a little bit of that canopy, tame her back down, and let her keep growing. Now, give me a second here. All right. Thinned her out pretty good up on the top, allowing a lot more daylight down at the middle parts of the trunk there, as well as the plants around it. And I did a little carving on some of the old scars down there, as you can see, just trying to reinvigorate some of them, see if I can get them to start healing again, heal a little bit more smoothly. So, all right, folks, back when I got more to show you. Hello there. It is early April 2025. Variegated Ficus Benjamina from an Air Layer is looking pretty daggum healthy. A lot of those wounds that I tried to re-injure and see what she would do to fix back up. Didn't quite do as much as I thought I would. I don't know if I liked what I did or not, but I think I'm gonna leave it alone for a while. She could use another haircut. There's plenty of branches that could be trimmed back out here. Like for example, this one here, who's already got 2 sub branches behind it. So expose the sub branches with the leaves, and let it start doing its thing from there. I could probably do that for several other spots throughout the tree, but I think I'm just gonna let her keep growing right now. Kind of in between phases. No chance of getting her in the real sun just yet. And yeah, she's still sitting in the grow tent, just kind of being happy. Alright folks, like it if you liked it, subscribe if you want to follow along. Any comments, questions, concerns, violent criticisms, please leave them in the comments section below. And if you want to see the earlier chapters where this tree started, just log into my channel and check out my playlists. Each of my tree has their own playlist and the chapters from where they start to where we're going. Alright folks, back when I got more to show you.